of, can you guess what it is? Fire. Yes, indeed, today I'm going to be playing Line of Fire on the Master System. After infiltrating the enemy base, Jack finds a new secret super weapon. It was cheese. And shocked that someone fell through the door there. Looks like trouble. Jack's been discovered by enemy soldiers. What shall Jack do? Apparently paint blue targets on his glasses? Don't know. Jack has to get out alive. Always a good thing to do that. If you're going to go in somewhere, make sure to get out alive. And he takes weapons back to the Allies. No time to waste. Fate of the world depends on this mission, as it always does with these things. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Psychosin's retro gaming Grumbles. Bit of a change of name there, I'll go into that a little bit later. And today, I'm playing something that has some good memories for me. The one and only Line of Fire on the Master System. Now, confusingly, it says press start button. Now, for those of you who remember the Master System, it's a 2-button joypad, and the start button was also the 1 button. So what it means by start button is in fact one of the fire buttons. So let's get into this. Go normal and enemy base. Escape from the enemy base. Always a good way to start. So yes, an overhead shooter. Some of you are probably thinking, Christ, they've ripped off Jackal. Yes and no. I can't really say too much. I've not ever played Jackal on the Nintendo because I am not a Nintendo person. Obviously, because I can't say the word Nintendo properly, but anyway, yes, basically, it does look very similar to Jackal, but as you can see, I kind of drift left and right, as opposed to how Jackal, I think, goes in 4-way actual movement, from what I've seen from the gameplay of that, and from what I can remember, it's been a while since I've watched Jackal. What's Jackal? Seen Jackal. I will remember what I'm saying in a moment. But yes, now why? Why have I picked Line of Fire? Well, very simply, I bought this game many years ago on the Master System. It was I believe it was one of the first games I bought actually. The reason behind it was many years ago, back when I was a young lad as it were, me and my dad, during the summer holidays, he would take out about £30 to £40 or something, and we would literally book a whole day where we spent the entire day up until early evening just down the arcades, playing all the arcade games and making complete asses of ourselves. And we used to play the arcade version of Line of Fire. Now, for those of you who have played the arcade version of Line of Fire, you'll realise this is nothing like the arcade version of Line of Fire. The arcade version was a cabinet, a big cabinet in fact, which basically was a light gun game. So I got a bit distracted by big cannons shooting at me and trying to ruin my life. Or end it, probably, is the better word. Oh, right, still mighty. But yes, the cabinet, that actual arcade cabinet, was one of the very few games that I actually completed in the arcades. Along with my dad as well. And yeah, it was a really great arcade game that no one seems to mention anymore. It's a bit sad. Because it really was a really fantastic light gun game, that's what I'm looking for. And it never got a proper conversion as such. I think this is the closest we got. I don't know if there was a Line of Fire conversion on the Mega Drive. I don't think there was. I think it was just the Master System. They turned it into this, whereby they turned a great sort of light gun game, arcadey light gun game, into this overhead auto-scrolling shooter. And you know what? This is a really good game. Just blow up a bomb there, blow up a bomb there, blow up a boss there even. Because, you know, that's how life goes. Talking of our playing through at the end, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, this is another, like the arcade game, this game never really gets mentioned. It's a bit of a shame, because again, it is a really great little, if you like your sort of scrolling shooters, yes, it definitely do worse than this. Bit of a jump there, ooh, extreme. Extreme before the 90s coming. Anyway, yeah, as you see, maybe a little bit of an influence from the game Swiv as well, if you'd ever played that, although I think that may have been later than this. Sadly, there was no Line of Fire 2, as far as I'm aware. If there was a Line of Fire 2 in the arcades, it was never in Southend in the local arcades, and it definitely wasn't ever ported to the Master System here in the UK. Now, some of you are wondering, why have I changed my name from Psychosin's Retro Rambles? Well, to put it simply, basically I've realised there was another show on the internet called Retro Rambles that's covering the same sort of games as me. We'll be covering, I will be covering Commodore 64 games. There's another man, another channel called Geigerpunk, who does a show called Bob's Retro Rambles. And I've watched a few of his videos. He seems a generally decent bloke, and I didn't mean to rip him off by using the name Retro Rambles as well. So I've chosen the name, obviously, to Psychosin's Retro Gaming Grumbles, because I am a 35-year-old, and my god, I can apparently moan about a lot. Not much to moan about so far on these games. I mean, I know I've done Ghostbusters last week, moaned a bit about how people never worked out how to play it, but it's quite a straightforward game. Really, I'm just moaning more about how this game got the love it deserved. But yes, this really should have been a bigger game. I don't know how well it actually did back in the day, but the good thing with this game is, as well, that basically, even though it's got the music and that, I can actually keep it in this video, because it's not going to be copyrighted, and I'm not going to get sued to buggery by like people who own the license rights to a film of it or anything. So yes, there are quite a few of these sort of auto-scrolling Master System shooters. Another one I'll be covering another day would be Rambo, which was another great one. I can't remember whether or not it got much fanfare or not, but yes, yeah. Anyway, yes, get out the whole Nintendo Master System Microsoft thing. Microsoft this week over last week, have kind of screwed me over a little bit. Oh, look at that, 76% total hits, I'm good with that. Basically, they rolled out an update for Windows 10, and this is why it's delayed me doing a new video of this. Pretty much, the update completely buggered my laptop, to the point that I had to phone up Microsoft themselves, Microsoft support, and this guy, poor guy on Microsoft support, good on him, he spent a good 4 hours fixing my laptop over Windows chat with me. But good on him, but generally they should have checked that update with work. So yes, apologies for staying longer than I initially planned. I was going to try and get one of these out every Monday or Tuesday. Obviously getting this out on Saturday, but still coming your way. The other thing, don't worry, I'm still doing the music, like the music reviews and everything as well. Oh, look at that, bit of variety without a boat. To quote The Lonely Island, a bit of a spaz out there from the emulator there. Yeah, I'm using an emulator, but I do genuinely own this on the Master System. Still got the cartridge somewhere along with the Master System. Christ knows if either of them actually still work. Also, I've got no record straight from the Master System. I'm getting mullered here. Jesus Christ. So yes, anyway, also doing this today because, as some of you noticed, no podcast this week, mainly because basically, even though there's been a fair bit of news, a fair bit of tragic news that I'll go into in a moment, my usual co-host, Chester, not Chester, sorry, that's a bad choice, wasn't it? Benedict is currently very tired from work due to him having a busy life and being on call this week. Yes, continue a bit longer. So he was too knackered to do a podcast this week, and I've been busy trying to find a job, as per usual, to actually get other people to do the podcast. Natalie and Joe from last week's podcast weren't available either. So there you go. But feel free to check out the previous podcasts, and yes, we will tackle other issues on there. Now, the big elephant in the room is that most of you probably wondering about me covering, because this is primarily a music channel, don't get me wrong. Not only a music review channel, but the retro game is going to come out because it's how the channel started. I think I covered that in the last video, a gaming video, but yes, the Chester Bennington thing, it is a shame. Basically, I've not been a fan of his, as many of you know from the podcast. Weren't a fan of their new direction at all, has to be said. But, you know, never really minded them, never really hated them as such. It was just I stopped listening to them because nothing sounded that great to me anymore. Once they drifted away from what they were doing on the hybrid theory, they just didn't appeal to me anymore. Which, you know, is just how it goes, but it's a shame. And a lot of crap going up. A lot of people making very, very sick memes as well. Hopefully you don't see them if you are indeed a Linkin Park fan, because yeah, they're a bit wrong, and they include Chris Cornell as well, and so some of you have already guessed what the tagline is. So if you're one of the people making their memes, you got something wrong with you. So anyway, boss time and ding-a-ding-a-ling-dong. I don't even know what I'm talking about there. I am recording this at 2:15 in the morning. I've got to stop doing that and try and think of things to talk about. But yes, this is Line of Fire. Great little game, one that I think more people should take notice of. Can't remember what the reviews were like it for. I literally bought it because of how much I loved the arcade game. The arcade game should have been a big hit. I don't know if it was. I really don't know much information about this game at all, really. I'm a bit useless. There we go, boss down. Until another boss turns up just to buckle me up. And a torpedo to the hull. But yes, Line of Fire, great game. It's a shame not enough people took notice of it in the arcades, or indeed, got me bloody hits done there, or indeed on the Master System. Would have loved to have seen the sequel. But there we go, 2 bosses down in one go. Didn't lose a life, or did I? No, I didn't lose a life. So there we go. I am gamer guy. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know I've got the usual one person who's disliked my video. You know what? If you don't like it, fair enough. Hit a dislike video, dislike button. You know, it's on your own opinion. I'm just trying to make some content. But make some cool content, and you know, there's only so much you can talk about the music and all that on a channel sometimes. And at the moment, there's not much music-wise coming out, it has to be said. Waiting for stuff like the Birthday Massacre tour, etc. to come out, along with my interview with, hopefully, with the lead of Frontline Assembly next month. So, that's all to look forward to. Radio show's still going. If you ever want to check it out, I'm doing the radio show every Sunday from 2 PM GMT, 2 PM GMT, 9 AM EST. This is a skill, trying to not get hit too much while speaking about all this. Anyway, load of rocks coming at me, and yes, definitely tune in the show. I'm a little bit more composed then. I kind of have a vague idea of what I'm saying, and I'll play some fantastic music if you like your rock and your metal. And that metal station, the station I'm on, we've got a big old load of new DJs coming, some new shows for your listening pleasure or displeasure, depends what you think of them really. But yes, I've got to do some more gaming videos along the lines of this, because I've always wanted to go back and see if these games hold up to the somewhat probably rose-tinted nostalgic memories I have of them. And you know what? I still stand by this ain't a bad little shooter for the Master System. Okay, it might not have done anything spectacularly new, but you know, back in the day, yeah. Right now, a bit of a nostalgic hit if you like old school shooters, and you're kind of looking for stuff that isn't bully helly. Give Line of Fire on the Master System a go, and that was me doing incredibly poorly. Anyway, this has been episode number 2 of what was previously Psychosin's Retro Rambles. This is now Psychosin's Retro Gaming Grumbles, and next week it might be under another name if I can think of anything better. If you've got a better name for it, pop it in the comments. Please try serious names either, only because, you know, I know someone's just got to say, just call it crap or something like that, which is fair enough comment, but I will improve. I'll be back with more videos, with more music reviews, etc. and another episode of this next week. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to check out my Patreon if you do become a patron, it is very much appreciated as well. Any money that you pay into the Patreon will go straight into making this account and this channel, better, and hopefully will lead to be able to buy something to record stuff from the Xbox One and that for a couple of Let's Plays. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
In my head I'm a god, oh my god, I'm a star. I live my life in the realms of only black and white. I never stop dwelling, intoxicated by dreams, reality is trite.